Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to take a look back at some old favorites and let you know if those are still favorites in my collection, or if not, what has kind of replaced them in a way as my favorites. So today, I want to look back at my 2019 favorites. So I filmed this video on December 30th, 2019. So we are talking approximately 2.5 months, I think, before the end of the world. My sweet summer child, that poor little thing, she didn't even know what was coming. Maybe she would have hoarded some makeup if she had known, get the toilet paper, get the makeup, get all the things. But I just want to look back at all those items that I said were my favorites then and give you an update on them. Some of them are definitely still favorites, but a lot of them have kind of been dethroned. And there's a few that I can even go as far to say as I hate now. Also, I decided to wear the same shirt I was wearing in my 2019 favorites video, the same makeup look roughly that I was wearing in that video. I forgot how much I freaking love this makeup look. I used to do this kind of thing all the time, but I've switched it up since then. But also I did diffuse my hair real big and Jersey like today, and I'm real feeling it. Real feeling? You know what's funny is I was almost an English major. Real feeling being an English major. But if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Linda and I am a cruelty-free beauty YouTuber, and I always want to help you decide whether or not makeup, skincare, hair care products are worth your money, whether they're drugstore priced or luxury high-end. I just want you to spend your money wisely. Also, this year, 2022, I am doing my very first low buy year. I'm trying to be really conscious about what I bring into my collection, bringing less into my collection, but also quality over quantity, and just appreciating what I have. So if you're into that, I would love if you hit that subscribe button and become a part of the Rockstar fam. Let's start with hair care because that's how I started my video in 2019, so that's how we're going to start today. Now, the first items I talked about were hair dye, and I talked about the Arctic Fox colors, specifically the ones in Poison and Sunset Orange. These are definitely still favorites of mine. I do use these pretty often. I wouldn't say they're necessarily the most favorite of mine anymore, though, because that has been overtaken by the Fanola Free Paints. So these are different formulas. This is a heavy, almost feels like conditioner-like formula. And by the way, I don't mean heavy in a bad way. I just mean it feels like hair conditioner. It's nice and thick. These are a much thinner consistency, but a little bit goes a very, very long way. This tends to make my hair more shiny. This tends to make my hair a little bit more soft. This is better for when I just want to really cover a lot of roots. I think this is better for covering roots. This is better for really brightening my hair, really giving it a punch. Like I only just recently dyed it with this, and I feel like it's so nice and bright and colorful, but also this brings in the shine so nicely. So yes, I do still enjoy these. I did stop using these for a while because their owner, who at the time was Kristen Leanne, I wasn't exactly in line with some things that she believed, so I decided to kind of see what else was out there. Kristen Leanne has since left the company, so I am back to kind of using these, but I do use the Fanola Free Paints even more. The next thing I talked about was the Nature Lab Perfect Volume Shampoo. I'm not sure if I also talked about the conditioner in that video because I think I loved both of them at the same time. I sort of switched over though to the Perfect Shine line. So they have the Perfect Volume, Perfect Shine. I think they also have Perfect Curls. But yeah, you can see I just recently emptied this one and I love this line still. The smell, first of all, the smell is like cherry blossoms and it's so beautifully intoxicating. And no, I know you shouldn't just use a hair product just because it smells good, but for me, that's personally one hell of an added bonus because I like my hair care to smell. I like it to have a scent, and this definitely does. I feel like both the shampoo and conditioner really nourish my hair and make it feel so good. It's really hard because I'm trying really hard not to buy any new shampoo or conditioner until I use everything that I have, and I have a bunch. I probably do have enough to last me all of 2022, but I swear as soon as this year is up, I'm going right back for these because I really do like this line. Not a lot of people talk about them. These are not marketed, by the way, as like hair color safe or whatever, and they don't strip my hair color personally too badly. Like I always have a bit of red that washes out with my hair color because I use semi-permanent, but they don't strip anything too badly, and I really like this line. So the next thing I talked about was the Nature Lab Tokyo Perfect Shine Clarifying Scalp Scrub. I do like this. I still have it. Actually, I'm not going to open this because this one is still sealed. I had just finished an old one, and this one has been sealed for quite a while because, again, I do like this. But as far as scalp scrubs, if I'm looking to really get all that product buildup out of my scalp, which I do, I think I do this about once a month where I will really go in there and scrub. I actually do it a little more often during the winter because if my scalp is really dry, I want to just get those dead skin cells off. What I've been loving, and I've picked this up again recently. I had went a while where I wasn't using it, and now I'm back to using it. The Drunk Elephant TLC Happy Scalp Scrub. This is so good. It is so gentle, but yet really gets your scalp clean. And again, this is not something you want to use every day. I feel like it can be harsh if you want to use it every day. But for getting rid of that product buildup, I mean, if you're someone like me, I use a lot of dry shampoo. I use a lot of texture spray, texture powder, all that stuff. I love the application method of this. So you do have this spout, and it lets you really part and get into the scalp, squeeze it in, and then what you do is you scrub it, you let it sit for 10 minutes, and then you use your shampoo and conditioner to wash it out. So this is not something that stays in. This is something that you put on, scrub it in, and then wash it out. I just adore this. Now, again, that's not to say that like I hate the Nature Lab one all of a sudden, but I do feel like this is a better option. This is my favorite option. Oh, this next one is kind of hard for me. So I talked about the Eva NYC Hair Therapy Session Mask, and it comes in this pink tub. I'll put a picture of it up here. I still love this, and I only ran out, I think, in January, but again, I'm trying so hard not to buy hair care products until I completely run out of that type of product. So I do have other hair masks, and I want to use those first, at least try them, and if I don't like them, get rid of them, but I want to try using them before buying another one of this. But I will absolutely be repurchasing this. It is my favorite deep conditioner that I've ever used. Anybody who's used it, I swear that we all sing the praises of it and we all know how good it is, but people who haven't tried it just don't get it because it's a fairly inexpensive item. It's so good. It is so deep conditioning. It makes my hair feel just so wonderful whenever I use it. I'm so sad that it's not in my shower right now. Tear. But it definitely will be in my shower again. That is one that I will absolutely repurchase. So next, I had a trio of products I talked about from Derma E. The very first one was the Derma E Hydrating Cleanser. I'm going to put a picture up here because I do not have it anymore. I really did like that a lot. I think I went through like many tubes or pumps, bottles, whatever you want to call it, of that cleanser, and I enjoyed it. But I've said before on my channel that it's really hard for me to get excited about a cleanser. I don't really get just like jacked up about it. I have ones that I like and I will talk about those. Like I really like the Youth to the People Superfood cleanser. That's fantastic. But at the same time, a cleanser is something I put on my face. It's on there for 10 seconds. I wash it off. I can't get jazzed up about a cleanser anymore. So that one is good. I would recommend it if you have dry skin. But again, I'm not like this is the end all be all of cleansers. Then there was the Vitamin C Concentrated Serum. This is one that, again, I've used time and time again, but skincare is also something I'm trying not to buy right now. I'm trying not to buy too much until I run out of what I have. And I do have several vitamin C serums. And Derma E one, again, is good. It is not my favorite anymore, though. That has been replaced. Let me grab it. Why didn't I grab it? My favorite one currently, and I haven't even opened this one yet because I'm trying to get through a different vitamin C cleanser before I move on to this. It is the Drunk Elephant C Firma Fresh Day Serum. This vitamin C serum is one where I saw a significant difference. This will be, I think, my third tube of this. I see a significant brightening in my skin. I have some age spots and I do see those are age/sunspots and I do see those fade a little bit. I just feel like overall my skin appearance is more bright. I feel like it's more even, more youthful. I really feel this makes a significant difference in my skincare. And there's not a lot of products that I feel like I can say that with. Yeah, like yes, when I use moisturizer, my skin definitely feels more plump. It looks great. When I use an eye cream, I feel like my under eyes are a bit more hydrated. But this is where I feel like I saw a significant difference. So this is my current favorite vitamin C serum. And the final item I had talked about was the Derma E Hydrating Eye Cream. I really, of course, love that. Again, I feel like a broken record here. I still do enjoy that. I don't have a tube of it currently on hand, but I do think it's a nice eye cream. I think it's light enough, but heavy enough, if that makes sense. So it's heavy enough to be thick and really sink in there, but it's light enough to sink in. It's light enough to really go into your skin and it doesn't hang out on top. I've had some eye creams that have pilled before because they're just too thick. But my current favorite eye cream, and I have talked about this quite a bit, is the I Do Care Glow Key Brightening Vitamin C Eye Cream. It is a pink tone, which you can kind of see there. So that kind of helps to color correct as well, just a little bit. It's not like I can go without concealer. You know, this doesn't incredibly cancel out my dark circles, but it does help a little bit. Oh no, I'm so close to being finished with this, but such a little bit goes such a long way. I really, really love this eye cream. It's very affordable. You can get it at Ulta. So currently this is my favorite eye cream. I got to move it along here, but the next two are going to make it kind of easy because both of these have been out of my collection. First, we have the Polish Choice 2% BHA Liquid Exfoliant. I know people swear by this. I get it, and I liked it for a time, but I think when I was putting it on this list, I hadn't been using it for very long. It started near the end doing bad things to my skin. My skin just didn't like it. It was like kind of peeling in a unpleasant way, and I know that exfoliants can sometimes do that if you're using them too often, if you're not too careful. I do not have sensitive skin. I am somebody, I can use a retinol every single day. I can use an exfoliant every single day, and this was not pleasant to my skin, so that has been out. And then there was also the LMS Superfood Vital Veggie Mask. Here's the thing. I went through a period for a while where I swore that LMS was cruelty-free, and I have no idea why, because they are not. So that's bad on me. I don't know why I didn't know it then, but I do know it now, so that one got the chop. Here's one that is still in my collection that I absolutely love, and I use it almost every single day. So this is the Youth to the People Superberry Hydrate and Glow Dream Mask. This is my night cream. Do you see how much I've used of it? It is thick. This is a thick boy with like 6 C's at the end. If you have oily skin, you probably won't like this. If you have dry skin, hello, are you listening to me? You need this in your life. It sinks into the skin so beautifully, but again, it's that thickness, so you feel it in the skin. And I would not use this as a day cream at all because it does definitely what's the phrase here? It plumps up your skin, but this is something just meant to be sat on your face overnight and give plenty of time to sink in. Love this. The product is so beautiful. This is not a cheap product, and it's not a cheap quality product. This is so brilliant, and I highly recommend it if you have dry skin. Then we went into makeup, and the first thing I talked about, I'm so bummed that this is not available anymore. So this was the Doll 10 Beauty and Makeup Molly brush set. And I had never tried Doll 10 Beauty brushes before. You can tell, God, some of these are just so dirty because I use these so often to this day. These are some of my favorite brushes. These are synthetic brushes. Of course, they are cruelty-free. They are so incredibly soft and great quality, and the pricing is so reasonable. So while this kit isn't available anymore, I'm going to link them down below anyway, just the brush company in general, or it's a makeup company, but I'm going to link to their brush page because these are so fantastic. I'm also going to link my favorite affordable brushes are still Moda brushes. You all have heard me talk about them before. If you are looking for affordable brushes, I highly recommend them. Also, you can use code GlitterFallout to get some extra money off. But seriously, affordable brushes. I love these Doll 10 Beauty ones. I also love my Moda brushes. I mentioned a foundation and a powder, and I still have both. This one, let's talk about the powder first. This is the Becca Hydra-Mist powder. And to be honest, this is the only one I ever bought. So I bought this sometime in 2019. It is now 2022. Probably time to let it go. Okay. So the concept behind this powder, though, if you see here, I mean, it's hard to read, but it says, keep me closed to keep me cool. And the powder itself was cooling on the skin. It was so fascinating, and it just felt so good on the skin. It almost felt wet, and it set down my makeup so beautifully, and it still does that. I still do use this from time to time, but that wet feeling, that melt into your skin feeling, that's gone. That went away pretty quickly. Maybe I'd say a couple months after opening this, but when I first opened it, it was so unique and weird and amazing. And I loved it. And I don't love many powders. It's hard for me to say I love a powder. I loved this one. Maybe I don't want to get rid of it just yet. But it's not cooling anymore. Okay, we'll talk later. And then there was the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. I have gone through several tubes of this, what I still call a tube, bottles of this, and I do still really like it, but it is definitely not my favorite anymore, but I do enjoy it. It is a light to medium coverage, or like light to light medium, I would say, and it is a radiant finish. I loved that this was drugstore priced. I loved that this obviously was cruelty free, and again, I still use this, and I'm going to use these bottles until they're gone, but I think it might be time for me to let these go from my collection. They're nice, but I don't love them anymore like I used to, but they're good. Let's talk about my favorite eyeshadow palettes of 2019. One of them I am wearing today, so it looks like 2019 was my year of the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. So I talked about this obsessively, and I know that, and I know some people were probably so annoyed, but to be fair, I spent $129 on this palette, and I wanted to talk about it because it was so good. So this is a warm toned lover's dream. Still seeing this palette makes my heart like go pitter patter, and using it today, I forgot how in love with this palette I am. The quality is Natasha Denona quality. So every shadow is pigmented. Every shadow goes on beautifully. Every shadow blends seamlessly with each other. I still recommend this palette to so many people so many times because, again, I do know that this is a higher price point, but I think when you're looking at quality over quantity, like yes, for this price, you can buy 10 ColourPop quads or something like that, but the quality you're getting is not going to be the same. End of story. And I do like ColourPop. I'm not trying to shit on ColourPop here, but the quality is just not going to be the same. And this palette has it all for me. It has some great shimmers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shimmers. It is just beautiful. Look at this. Look at this color story. I think it's lovely. I want to go back to using this more because this was the first time today that I used it this year, and I'm in love with it all over again. Next, we had another palette that is still a favorite of mine. I feel like I've talked about this fairly recently, and that is the Melt Cosmetics Vita palette. So this is a very warm color story again, but it's also just very happy. This just makes me happy. These bright pops of green, if you didn't know, okay, my favorite color of all time. A lot of people seem to think it's red. I have red hair. I wear red lipstick a lot. I have a red car. It is not red. My favorite color is like a Kelly green. Like my favorite color to wear, my favorite color just to look at is Kelly green. So you take Kelly green and combine it with those warm sunset colors and I'm moist. Thanks. I just really, really loved the color story of this palette. And the final palette that I talked about in that video was the Melt Muerte palette, which was gorgeous, but I sold it. I did love it. I was not lying when I said that. I thought it was a really beautiful color story. But the more I looked at it, the more I realized I wasn't using it as often as I wanted to be. And there were so many people that wanted that palette that were like, ride or die, I need that palette, that I was like, you know what? There's a better home for this palette somewhere. So I sold mine. End of story. No longer in the collection. We have just a few more things to talk about. One of them was the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in DGAF. This is a brown with a significant gold shimmer to it, and I can't find it anywhere in my collection. So I'm guessing that means I decluttered it at some point, probably in my big eyeshadow declutter last year, which I think is very interesting because as soon as I saw the picture, when I was looking it up, I was like, I forget what color that is. I was like, oh, damn, that's a pretty color. But I must have gotten rid of it for a reason. I must not have been using it anymore, so I can't call that one a favorite anymore. This one is definitely a favorite. So this is my second tube of this, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand in Pinkgasm. You can see I'm down to the dregs here. So it has the terrible tip, which I hate. I hate these like puffball tips. But let me show you this though. Some product is definitely still left over. So this color is really beautiful. It has such a nice shine to it. These are almost like a blush and a highlighter combined in a way, where it just gives the cheeks this beautiful sheen. And this color in particular, I feel like is just so flattering. They do have one called Peachgasm, but I feel like this is a pretty peachy, rosy color. And I still absolutely love this. This is something along with their contour wand that is constantly sold out. But if you can get your hands on this, yes, 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 buy it in every color. All right, my favorite highlighter of 2019. This is, again, something that I still love, but I'm not gonna lie, I had kind of forgotten about. I had to search in my collection to find it, and I'm bummed because this could have gone to so much better use than it has because I still adore it. And that is the Ofra Glow Up palette. Look how stunning this is. So you get 3 single highlighters. And again, of course, any of these could be used as an eyeshadow, but then you get this multi highlighter that has a bunch of different shades in it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different shades of highlighter in one. Oh my God, I love this so much. So you have the different colors. You've got this sort of like white, almost cream-based highlighter. You've got a golden, you've got this sort of pinky highlighter, and then this, which I like to just swirl my brush in all of it. And I don't know why I have let this sit in the back of my collection when it is so beautiful. You know what? I want to use it right now. Now, I do have a little bit of highlighter on already, just so you know, but let's see. I think I want to go into this guy right here. Let's see. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. This is so good. Why have I not loved you enough? I'm going to love you more. I promise. You and me. It's you and me glow up. Then we had the KKW Beauty Lip Liner in Nude 1 and the KKW Beauty Lipstick in Nude 4. These are the items that I teased at before that I could say I now hate. I am not sure. I'll be honest, I have no idea why they made it on this list because shortly after I got both of them, and when I say shortly, I mean within maybe like 2 months, and I keep lipstick for a while, they both started to smell so bad. The pencil, okay, it was a wooden pencil, and if you tried to sharpen it, the whole stick of color fell out of it immediately. And I tried to be a little cheap and shove it back in there, but it just eventually fell out and broke. And the lipstick smelled so bad and then got moldy. Like, I put it on once and it smelled weird, and I was like, okay, and I tried sanitizing it, you know, putting it in some alcohol and leaving it out to dry, and everything was fine for like a day or so, and then there was mold on it, and I was like, bye. So hell no, I do not recommend those. Is KKW even in existence anymore? KKW Beauty? I can't remember. And the final product I want to talk about is another one that I had kind of forgotten about, and then I put it on today and I was like, oh shit, that's good. And that is the Pixi Lip Lift Max Gloss in Honey Sheen. I used to talk about this obsessively, and I don't know why I stopped because holy crap, it's so good. This might be my favorite lip gloss, and I totally forgot about how beautiful the formula is. It's not sticky, but it's thick enough where it's not leaving your lips. Look at the shine. Look at... I am wearing a fairly pink lip liner with this, so this is definitely a lighter shade, but the color is stunning. The feel of it is so beautiful, and I just don't know why I let this sit in my drawer without getting enough use. So I can see myself going through this tube pretty quickly now that I've remembered the glory, the wonder that is the Pixi lip gloss. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I actually kind of loved looking back at my past favorites, and most of them are still in my collection. Most of them are still things that I use and enjoy, but yes, some of them have definitely been dethroned. So let me know if you remember your 2019 favorites, your 2020 favorites, or you can even go back before that. What was an item that you swore by that was so amazing and now you're like, no thanks? If you enjoyed this video, I would love if you give it a thumbs up. That really does help out my channel. It shows me what kind of videos you all want to see from me. You all can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Those are all GlitterFallout. And as always and forever, you are super freaking rock stars, and I love you so much with my whole heart. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.